What's going on, guys? I'm Justin Daughenbaugh from Authority Advertising. Today I have with me Brian Scanlon, who owns the recruiting coaches out of Boston. We just wanted to hop on and kind of go over. We ran an ad campaign for him to generate some new leads and customers. And we just wanted to jump on a call and kind of go over, the results that we had. So, Brian, welcome to the call, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate, this and everything you guys have done for us so far.
Not a problem, not a problem. So how's everything going this week?
All good, all good. Following up on leads. So good week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give my audience a little bit of background, kind of what it is that you do.
Sure. So at the Recruiting Coaches, we work with families of high school baseball players who are looking to go on and play college baseball. So families that are going through the recruiting process of becoming a college athlete. We try to provide kind of custom guidance and hands-on type of advice through the whole process, and give families and parents the information they need to navigate this process, because it's not something you wake up and, you're supposed to know how to get your kid recruited. And there's a lot of different paths you can get pulled down, the wrong ones through this process as well. There's a lot of people out there looking to dip into pockets and take advantage of people at a vulnerable stage. It's the biggest decision of their kid's life up to this point in their life. So it's very important, and you should have all the resources at your fingertips to make that decision and put your kid in the best position possible to do it. And the reason we can provide that advice is we're all, when I say we, myself and the other guys on our staff are all former college baseball players and college baseball coaches. So we've done it from both ends of that, that side of the ball. And we have guys on our staff as well who are, parents themselves who've had their kids go through the process. So we can bring kind of every end of the spectrum perspective to the process and provide all the information they need to be successful.
That's awesome. That's awesome being able to provide that, having all that information there. Just makes it a lot simpler and just takes the stress away too when you have someone who has already been in through that, you know what I mean? You have the background in it. So it's not like you just, doing this business, but that's awesome that you provide all that.
It's a stressful process for sure. It's stressful enough for the kids that they have to go out and perform in front of all these coaches. And then, mom and dad are probably the most stressed through this process watching them because it's so out of their hands. But, there are things they can do as parents to put their kid in the best position to do it. And that's really what we try to help them do.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, before working with us, how were you generating leads?
Yeah, so I'd say about 75% of our leads came from referrals of families that we're working with or we have worked with in the past. Maybe even a little more than 75%, to be honest with you. So those are great because, they're warm leads. And I know if a family's referring us another family, they, know that they're good people and people we'd like to work with. Because it's also not a service that we work with just anybody who wants to sign up. There's got to be some common, qualities here, and we have to feel that we're on the same page with that. So the referrals are big in that sense. But the other 25% really come from the content that we put out. We put out a lot of free information to try to just educate people. It's one of those things you can give them the keys to the car, but they still can't drive it through this process. So they still need us. But we do a podcast. We send out a bunch of email blasts with blogs, everything like that. We put out tips all the time on social media. We probably have, hundreds of tips on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, if you want to just scroll through and look at those. And so that's where, the other 25% were coming, where people would say, hey, I've been seeing your stuff for the last 6 months and I just wanted to reach out. But we were looking for that way to get them to reach out faster and reach another set of people, a more targeted audience. And that's when, we got hooked up with Authority Advertising and yourself.
Awesome. Yeah, 99% of business owners, referral, word of mouth, that's the way it is, So that is the old way. It's obviously not going to ever go anywhere. Word of mouth is always going to be there. It's always great to have that warm referral. 90% of the time you have the business, but we also have to have other ways of generating more leads to be able to scale faster nowadays. And, social media is the most perfect spot to do it. And with the content and value you put out, that also helps with the process as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've done some traditional advertising before. We did some sponsorships and things like that really didn't pay off. We definitely wasted too much money on trying to do Facebook advertising and social media advertising ourselves. And then when, we hooked up with you guys, it just changed the game. And I think we got 51 leads in 30 days. And they're quality, they're leads that I'm still following up with. And, they were worth every penny for sure.
Yeah. 51 leads in a month for, your niche is
Right.
Definitely good, because when it comes to coaching, entrepreneur, online products, they're a little harder to sell.
Sure.
They're a little harder to generate leads, so to be able to get that many leads, it's good. It gives you a lot of following up to do. And again, we haven't even gotten into the retargeting, where we're going to retarget that warm market, put another offer in front of them, give them some more value. Guys, that's the thing. Brian understands it's about the value, delivering value. It's not about, sign this, buy this. It's building up that rapport and that relationship with people so they do business with you. But, you definitely provide a great service there. So,
yeah, no, and that retargeting, is definitely something I'm looking forward to, because like I said before, a lot of the people that would reach out to us that weren't referrals would tell me, oh, I've been listening to your podcast for the last 9 months and I just wanted to reach out now. So it's like, well, where were you 8 months ago? Like, if you want to reach out, let's hear it. But that retargeting is definitely going to be beneficial for us to get back in front of them with even more, good free content, and just try to, win that relationship battle of, hey, we provide a pretty good service here, and it's something you should look into.
Most definitely. And guys, I don't know if I said it, but Brian offers a great email template. He has recruiting toolkits. He has a whole bunch of great packages. He does have free stuff, as he says, but he has a lot of good things that you probably want to check out. If you have a child that is in high school going into college, check out the recruitingcoaches.com. You can get some information there. So Brian, real quick before we hop off, would you recommend other business owners working with us and using our service?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me to get that many leads. Like you were saying before, it's a very niche industry. We're not all things to all people. So we need to find people who, have kids that are interested in playing in college and are capable of playing in college. So it's actually a very small segment, especially when you look at the whole landscape of Facebook. So for you guys to pull out that many quality leads was, it was absolutely fantastic for us. It was a no-brainer. The app you use to kind of give me those leads and allow me to follow up was great. Lead Owl, being able to get a cha-ching on my cell phone and say, oh, I got to follow that up was, it gets you happy and excited that you're getting the leads, but it also allows you the ease of following up quickly. And I found that those leads we followed up with quickly were, more apt to have a conversation with us than the ones that, sat for a few hours. I think we got to everything pretty quick, but the quicker we got to them, the better off they were. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, if you can do it for me in this niche industry, I'd have to imagine you could extrapolate it over, any industry really. I mean, the one that pops to my mind would be real estate for sure, finding those niche leads. But if you can do it for us, you can do it for anybody.
Yeah, most definitely. Glad you like the Lead Owl app. It's nice to have those cha-chings coming in on your phone. And yeah, I mean, we try to provide the done-for-you system. I know you had said before that you didn't have to do too many things. We tried to make sure we do everything for you, so it's less stress and things on your mind. And we just pretty much, the only thing you have to do is get the lead and call it back,
Right.
So we
Right.
want
Your whole process of onboarding was so easy. Even what I was most impressed about all through this whole thing was the time you took to learn, about what we're doing and how we can find the right people, versus just assuming, oh, it's, this type of targeted audience. It's not. It's very specific. So, you went above and beyond in that sense, and it really paid off. And the ease of getting the leads to my cell phone and me being able to press a button and follow up. I mean, shame on me if I don't do it, right? So, you couldn't have made it any easier and seamless. Really was.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. No, you were great to work with as well. You're like the ideal person I like to work with. as soon as the lead came in, you got right back to them because, again, you're there to deliver that value. You weren't getting right back to them to pitch them something. Obviously, you want it to lead to a business in the future, but you're leading with value, and I absolutely love that. That's the way we are as well.
Right.
Brian, I don't want to take up too much of your time here. Brian and I actually went and did this whole interview one time before this one. I don't know why, but the record button didn't go. So
this one was better, though. So
this
that's
is
all
take
right.
2. Here we are, guys. So awesome. I don't want to hold up anybody else today. Brian, I appreciate you hopping on. I'm glad to see that things are going well. I wish you the best of luck and, more of good business in the future with us.
Absolutely, man. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. And if anybody needs a reference, they want to talk to somebody who's worked with you, please let them know they can get in touch with me anytime, and I'm happy to do it.
Most definitely. Same with that. Same with Brian, guys. Go to recruitingcoaches.com. Check out the value this guy brings in his business. You definitely won't be let down. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.